Kingdoms have come and gone. Some of them contributed a lot to the culture of Karnataka and made it what it is today. Kadambas ruled for 200 years and played an important role in the development of Karnataka's culture. The founder was Mayura Sharma. The most powerful king and administrator was Kakusta Varma. The prominent feature of Kadamba architecture was Shikara called Kadamba Shikara. The tower rises in steps with pinnacle or kalasha on top. Kadamba's architecture and sculpture contributed to the foundation of Chalukya Hoysala style. The Gangas of Talakad were patrons of Jain and Hindu religions. They laid a strong foundation for development of Kannada literature. The most famous example of Ganga architecture is the Gomateshwara. Chalukya dynasty ruled as three closely related but individual dynasties. They were the Chalukyas of Badami, Chalukyas of Kalyani, and the Chalukyas of Vengi. Pulakeshin II was the greatest king of this empire. The Chalukyas' contribution during their reign to art and architecture is the Vesara style, which is the combination of northern and southern styles. The cave temples of Badami are beautiful and was built by Kirtivarman, father of Pulakeshin II. Vikramaditya VI was the well-known ruler of the Kalyani period of Chalukyas. The Hoysalas were most prominent for their architecture. They took the Vesara style of the Chalukyas and combined it with the Dravidian style and created a new style called the Hoysala style. The world-famous temples at Belur, Halebeed and Somnathpura are examples of their architecture. The king of the Hoysala Empire was Vishnuvardhana. The Rashtrakutas established a large empire and ruled for a long time in South India. The capital was Manyaketa and the founder of this empire was Danti Durga. This dynasty contributed to a lot of Kannada literature. The three main poets of this era were Pampa, Ponna and Rana. They were the three gems of Kannada literature. Pampa was the first Kannada poet who wrote Vikramarjuna Vijaya and Adi Purana. The Kailashnath temple in Ellora and the Trimurti temple in Elephanta are the centers of art of Rashtrakuta. The Vijayanagara Empire was founded by the two brothers Harihara and Bukka. Krishnadevaraya was the most famous emperor and the ruler of the empire who defeated Orissa and Bijapur, flourishing Vijayanagara with peace and prosperity. He built several temples and added gopurams to many South Indian temples. Vijayanagara got defeated in the Battle of Talikota. A part of Vijayanagara ruins known as Hampi have been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The kingdom of Keladi was founded after the fall of Vijayanagar Empire. The greatest ruler was Shivappa Nayaka, who was well known for his administrative reforms. He built the strong forts for defensive purpose in Bekal, Mangalore and many other places. After the demise of Shivappa Nayaka, the kingdom was ruled by his daughter-in-law, the famous Rani Chennamma. She fought with the Mughals to rescue Shivaji's son Raja Rama. The Agoreshwar temple in Ikkeri is remarkable for its sculptural wealth. The kingdom of Mysore was founded in 1399. They were ruled by the Wodeyar family for most part of it. Yaduraya Wodeyar was the first Maharaja, and the ninth Maharaja of the kingdom of Mysore was Raja Wodeyar I. He initiated the celebration of the Dasara festival in Mysore. It was a very proud tradition of the former Vijayanagara royal family. And this way, they contributed a lot to the society and culture. they adopted the emblem Gandaberunda. Chikkadevaraja Wodeyar was the 14th Maharaja of the Kingdom of Mysore. He contributed to the standardization of weights and measures, and he set up postal systems. He brought in a lot of wealth, and the kingdom enjoyed a lot of prosperity during his rule. Hyder Ali overtook the Mysore from the Wodeyars and ruled from Srirangapatna. Tippu Sultan became the ruler after Hyder Ali and was also very able at military tactics. He defeated and repelled the British several times. After a period of British commissioners' rule, Mysore was given back to the Wodeyars under Jaichamraja Wodeyar. After the Indian independence and partition of the country, the states were reorganized based on the linguistic and other criteria, and thus the divided areas of Kannada-speaking population came together to form the present-day Karnataka under the name of Mysore. Only in the year 1973, November 1st, the name Mysore was changed to Karnataka. The state chose the city of Bangalore as its capital and gave Kannada the status of administrative language. The Vidhan Sauda became the state parliament house. There were many more dynasties that ruled Karnataka. Some of them are listed here.